Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time joining, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, a previous subscriber, or you've just viewed another video on my channel, welcome back. Okay, so today's going to be a completely honest video, and you can see that my desk, my workspace is a complete mess. It's not really a complete mess. Things are organized. But I have been procrastinating for a while. And if you remember a few videos back, I had mentioned that my husband and I had both been sick. And I don't know if we both had COVID again or what it was. But since then, I have been exhausted. And I mean, exhausted to the point where I want 10 to 12 hours of sleep at a time. And I kind of got in the habit of that. So I usually have really bad insomnia due to having a thyroid condition and the medications I take. And I've had a insomnia issue for over 20 years. So now that I'm sleeping, and I'm sleeping for like 10 and 12 hours at a time, my body is now thinking that it needs that amount of sleep. And I am trying to break myself out of that. And it is going to be a little bit of work in progress on that. So currently, you can see that it is 5 after 1. Oh, my skin's dry. In the morning. And I am going to try to stay up and get my sleep schedule back on track. And I want to get back on a regular sleep schedule to where I can get up during the day and work on videos for you guys. So, my YouTube channel has been neglected for the last couple weeks. And I want to apologize for that. But I'm going to try to get back into the groove of that. And I may have a little bit of hiccup here and there, so please excuse me for that. You can see that there are a few things here on my desk that I have been kind of working on and keeping organized. And I wanted to show you also a few things that I have bought while I have been away from the channel. So in the previous video, I had talked about the new project that I was going to be doing, a new quilt project. And that is going to be a bumblebee quilt. I showed you guys the designs that I'd be using for the embroidery portion. And those are the files here and some notes and things like that. Then I have also kind of been neglecting as well the baby quilt project, and that is what is in this basket, and then this is the stabilizer for the remainder of the 14 blocks I have to make. So I'm going to set that aside, and let me set a few other things aside here so I can excuse me. So I purchased these two items, and I'm sorry for the ring light there that you can see. Let me move these over as well. I purchased these bins at Michael's, and you can see they're just a really kind of a narrow bin. What they are is they are scrapbooking storage bins for your papers and things like that for your scrapbooks. And I thought these are going to be perfect for quilt blocks. For those of you that do know, I have Luna the Crafty Kitty, and she usually is here in my sewing room with me. And I figured that this would be a good way to kind of keep her off some of the current projects. Cat hair is bound to get into the projects. but I'm not going to keep her away because this is her home as well. So I thought that this is the next best way to kind of keep things organized and her off of things to an extent. So I have the first 16 of this particular block. Let me find the one that I do have kind of trimmed up a little bit so you guys can see it. So that's what that block looks like for the baby quilt. And these are 16 blocks, and I have not trimmed away this excess stabilizer yet. But each one of these blocks has taken almost an hour to make. And I need 14 of this additional block. So I wanted blocks that were going to actually be kind of square in the quilting design. And you can see that this is a Trapunto quilting design that is done on the embroidery machine. So it's going to be made up of these two blocks with sashing in between the blocks. And I'm sorry, I'm a little shaky. I have been drinking coffee so I can keep myself awake, so I can get myself back in the groove of things and my sleep schedule. So you kind of see me a little trembly. Okay, so there's that. And I have been working on these, but again, each block takes almost an hour to make. So basically here is almost 16 hours of work. This one is about the same time frame that it takes to make, even though there are a bit more flowers on this one. But that is still a project going on. So I have it all in here, and I do have the rest of the items for that project here in this little bin. The fabric for the blocks, and then the batting, and of course my little template for my embroidery hoop. So I have that all together, and I really like the idea that I'm able to keep it all in this little bin and out of the way of Luna. And again, I don't mind that she's on stuff, but when you're working on something, you don't want hair all over everything. But as you can see on this one, you can see the kitty confetti all over everything. And if you are familiar with cats in the quilting room, you know that cat hair gets everywhere. So I just keep a little brush, lint brush like this. You can see I clean my desk with it, and it's just perfect to get the hair off of everything, and it's a small price to pay. So I you know, I'm okay with it. I know some people don't like cats in, or any type of pet in the sewing room, but to each our own. Okay. So again, I have been neglecting the channel, and I am going to be trying to get back into the groove of things. But I just wanted to come on and let you, excuse me. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I'm just having a hard time snapping out of being so exhausted. And I don't know if that was because of COVID. I just don't know. But my body thinks it needs all that rest. And I'm trying to get myself situated back into a normal schedule. Okay, so I had shown you all the fabrics for the new project, which will be the Bumblebee quilt. And that's all the fabric for here. And this is going to be a piece of fabric to do some of the bumblebees, the embroidery work. I do have some more black fabric here. I am going to be self-designing this quilt. So there are no patterns for constructing the quilt itself. And I'm going to go ahead and set this one aside. And I think some of the quilt blocks that I'm going to be making are going to be something very simplistic. maybe like a log cabin quilt block or a bento box, or it might be just something as a regular strip block using the jelly rolls. And so we're just going to kind of go with it. I want something that's going to be very easily quilted because it will all be done on my embroidery machine and on my FAF machine. And I think final quilting is just going to be basically some quilt in the ditch on the actual, sorry, on the actual 2.5 inch jelly roll strip blocks. So another thing I have recently bought as well is, I'm sure you guys have seen these on a lot of the other quilting sites, sewing sites. If you like to go through quilting magazines, things like that, you might have seen these. This is a, you can kind of see it there. Hopefully you guys can see this okay and the lighting's not too off. But what this is it's a magnetic seam guide. And you stick it to your machine, and this little wheel, this little screw here, you screw it and it adjusts the height of this lever. So you'll be able to see this lever. I think you guys can kind of see that it's opening more. So it's going to have, you're going to be changing the distance that's along the surface of your machine when you have this attached. It's going to have more room underneath the edge of this. So I thought this would be a great thing for when I do my quilt binding, that I will be able to keep it nice and straight when I'm binding. Because sometimes I have noticed when I am doing my quilt binding, it can get a little wide in some spots, and you know, the width of it change a little bit. So I thought these would be nice. I did order these from Amazon, and I got 2 of them to the pack, and let me tell you, the company that I ordered these from was ridiculous. When I ordered them, I have Amazon Prime, and they were supposed to be shipped out right away. So I get basically 2-day delivery. I just got these today, and I ordered them on August 5th. And I got them yesterday, which was the 14th. I was trying to look at the date on my watch, but the hand's over it. So what I was able to do is I track everything. And I'm able to see where everything is, the movement, how it's moving along in progress on shipping. And actually, Tuesday these were out. It said they were out for delivery. I have all the tracking on my phone. The UPS truck said it was like this far from your home, all that stuff. And if you're familiar with tracking on UPS, it's very similar to Amazon. When Amazon delivers, it'll tell you your item is 10 deliveries away, and UPS is kind of similar. So you're able to watch where the truck is in relation to where your home is to see, how far your delivery is from you. Well, it said it was supposed to be delivered on Tuesday by 7 p.m. Well, it keeps getting closer and closer to 7 p.m. and I'm watching the truck, and it had been in my neighborhood for a couple hours already. And next thing I knew, I looked again after we ate dinner, and the truck was back in the UPS yard. So they had been within a couple blocks of my home, failed to deliver these items, and then claimed that the items were still in processing at UPS when I tracked it today. And then when I looked at my Amazon, it said that I am now eligible for a return or a refund. So I went ahead and did the refund on them. And are they great items? I don't know yet because I have not used them yet. They are hefty. They're really heavy. It's a lot larger than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be maybe half this size, but you can see it's a pretty big item. I did not pay a lot for these. There are some places that are charging up to 10 bucks and even higher for one. I got 2 of these for $4. And then what I was really surprised when I was opening them earlier to look at them, you can see that there's a magnet in there. Can you see the, sorry, I'm gonna try to get a little closer there. Wait. There we go. The glare wasn't letting. So this darker black portion here is like a rubber piece, and this piece here is a magnet that will stick to the metal part of your machine. So I was like, okay, so it's got a nice magnet, and I tested it on the machine and it does stick well. So I opened this one first, and let me tell you, when I got this package, let me kind of show you here without, okay, it doesn't really show my address, but this is the way it arrived to me. So what it looks like is, you can see that this cardboard box is like taped to the UPS envelope. And this was the original UPS Next Day Air there's a sticker on there. And this is what the company, they put it in a box, and I guess the box fell apart in shipping. So UPS had to put it in a bag, and I'm gonna cover my address here. But this is the way it arrived to me, was like this. And I was like really super surprised. So I'm guessing what happened is during shipping, the box shredded. And when the company sent them out the next day, it said package was delayed because seller did not get it to the carrier in time. So it was delivered to the carrier after the pickup time. So the company that these were from didn't get it in time. They created the label for UPS, but the package wasn't packaged. So it was delivered after. So if you can see this one, you can see this. Can you see the chunk right here? And I know I'm really sorry about the lighting. Let me stand back up so you guys can kind of see that. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So again, this is the magnet on the inside, and you can see that it's actually busted. During shipment, it actually broke the magnet. So it keeps on sticking to it. I'm hoping that maybe my husband is able to maybe fix that, glue it back in there somehow or something. I was able to stick it back in there. You can kind of see I just stuck it back in there. But you can tell that, yes, it's cracked. Doesn't make a big difference. I don't know. Probably not. But I am glad that Amazon refunded my money on this because of that. And then by 7 o'clock tonight, these were finally delivered. So 7 o'clock yesterday on Wednesday night, they were finally delivered. So that was basically a week and a half from the day that I purchased them. And they are supposed to be within 2 days. I was supposed to receive them in 2 days because of my Amazon. And these were on my Amazon. I select Prime items. You can click that little option at the top when you're shopping, Prime items. So these should have been delivered to me within 2 days of getting them, and they weren't. And the thing is, now when you go to the listing for these, they are no longer available. So I don't know if that is something that maybe Amazon did, is that they're not going to be listing from this seller again. I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully, thank God I was able to get my money back because the company was really bad. Yeah, I put in my review that the Seller couldn't even get the item to UPS on time for shipping. Shipping was absolutely horrible. It took over a week and a half to get something to me that was supposed to be 2 days, because I pay for that service with my Amazon Prime membership. Anyway, okay, so again, I want to apologize for neglecting the channel. For those of you that have, I got a little, sorry, getting distracted, sorry. For those of you that were interested in the last video with the quilt project, I am very sorry that that has taken the delay that it has, but I will be getting into it here in the next 24 hours. I wanted to at least get this video to you guys to kind of explain what's going on, and all in truth, it's just because I've been neglecting the channel. I've been exhausted, and I'm going to try to pull myself out of this slump that I have been in. And if you guys have any questions, please comment down below. It's just, it's life, you know. Everybody has their ups and downs, and I'm really sorry that I have neglected the channel. And I'm going to work on that and try to get better at that. And again, I apologize. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon in another video. So thanks, guys. Bye-bye.